Many world events and wars occurred and occur not just like that. It is often impossible to reach the truth, but now we will share 5 world theories of plot. Let's roll! MK Ultra. CIA made confidential experiments on the manipulation consciousness on citizens of the USA during the period from 1950 to 1973. It is so right that in 1995, the President Clinton actually brought official apologies on behalf of the US government. In fact, CIA used drugs, electronics, hypnosis, touch deprivation, verbal and sexual violence and tortures for carrying out experimental on behavioral engineering on subjects. The program involved in realization hundreds of these projects, more than 80 various establishments, including universities, hospitals, prisons, and the pharmaceutical companies. The most part from this was opened in 1977 when the law on an open entry to information opened 20,000 earlier secret documents and caused a series of hearings of the Senate. Because the director of CIA, Richard Helms, destroyed the majority of the most incriminating documents of the MK Ultra project in 1973, a lot of things from this that actually occurred during these experiments it are still not known, and of course, any person was not made responsible. Certificate of Naira. The 15-year-old girl by name of Naira testified before the American Congress that saw how the Iraqi soldiers pulled out the Kuwaiti children from incubators, then those died. This certificate helped to achieve public support to start war in the Persian Gulf of 1991. It became clear later that the certificate was a forgery. The Hill and Knowlton PR company, which was employed by the Citizens for Free Kuwait organization, suited this certificate. It became clear that by request of CIA, the girl took lessons of acting skills. Naira, as it appeared later, called Naira of Al-Sabah, and she was Saud bin Nazir's daughter of Al-Sabah, the ambassador of Kuwait in the USA. Research of syphilis of Task G. The medical authorities of the United States conducted these researches on 400 poor black men from 1932 to 1972. During research, to men was appointed false and sometimes dangerous treatment. Besides, adequate treatment was specially delayed that the agency could study an illness better. Though research originally had to last only 6 months, it proceeded 40 years. By the end of research, about 200 men died of syphilis or the related complications. Operation Makka. In the late 40s, when Cold War only began, CIA began absolutely confidential project under the name Operation Makka, acquisition of influence and control over fixed assets of mass information with 40s. On the 1970s was its purpose. CIA paid a quantity of famous domestic and foreign journalists from large media sources, Time, The Washington Post, The New York Times, CBS and others for the publication of promotion of CIA. CIA also sponsored at least one movie. It is the animated film Animal Farm of George Orwell. The journalist Carl Bernstein wrote the following The Rolling Stone in 1977. Some communications of journalists with management were confidential and some of them were obvious. There was a cooperation, coordination and cover. Journalists provided a full range of underground services, from simple collecting prospecting information before espionage in communist countries. The Navy of the USA opened fire at the North Vietnamese torpedo boats which weren't. On the night of August 4, 1965, the Maddox destroyer was involved in firefight with hostile North Vietnamese torpedo boats following unprovoked attack. The only problem is that there were no torpedo boats, or there was even no attack. Maddox shot in anywhere, and incident was used as a justification of further escalation of the conflict in Vietnam. The President Lyndon Johnson reported that at least 2 enemy vessels were sunk. The American mass media willingly supported this history in numerous articles, but supporters of the secret theory believed that all this looks like attack under a false flag, and as showed the declassified documents of National Security Agency, they were right. There were to it and other proofs. For example, James Stockdale, the pilot of Navy who received a Medal of Honor later, also challenged the official version. I sat in the best place and looked how our destroyers simply shot at the phantom purposes. After all, there were no petrol torpedo boats. There was nothing except black water and power of the American fire. Even Johnson was not sure. Everything that I know is that our fleet shot at a whale. Well, that's all, friends. Put a finger up if it was pleasant to you. Let's gather many likes, we will make still. See you soon, bye!